The Hermit. Harris Grove was never much into society, and he never really fit in with others. He did what he could to fit in, but eventually, because of his reclusive nature, he decided to move up into the woods. With what money he had, he was able to buy one of the cabins located at Huntington Lake. After buying and moving into the cabin, he had little reason to leave. The only times that he would leave his place was to get some groceries and other essentials that he needed to survive, or to go on a stroll around the mountainside in order to get some fresh air and to stretch his legs. And he was always by himself. He never entertained any guests, and he never went to any social events. He would say hi to people when he came across them, and he was always friendly when he did, but he was just being courteous and was always distant. Though he was not that sociable, those that knew him would always say that he was a really tough individual. A part of this was due to the fact that he spent at least 10 years in the Marine Corps and spent almost all that time on the front lines, fighting wherever the Corps needed him to fight. And he witnessed, as well as participated in, some truly horrible things that would leave people scarred for life, but were beyond his control to alter. And there were even a few encounters when he was on shore leave, where he was attacked, either by an anti-war individual or someone who just wanted to rob him. But regardless of the details that led to the attack, he would always return their hostilities in kind, without batting an eye. Even with a gun to his face, he was able to stare death in the face, and made the individual who was dumb enough to cross him pay for their discretion and idiocy. But despite this toughness and grit, he eventually came across something in these woods that finally scared him. It occurred when he was taking one of the strolls, and he came across something that he found truly frightening. What could have scared such a tough individual will never be known. All that is known is that what he witnessed on that trip caused him to turn on his heels and start running in the opposite direction, screaming as he did in an attempt to get away from whatever thing that frightened him so. Once he started running into these woods, he was never seen again. All that he left was his boot trail that led deeper and deeper into the forest. The strange thing is that it appears that something was following him, though this thing's trail was indistinct and hard to determine. What was clear was the series of animals that were left in their wake, all with broken necks or spines. These animals varied in size from squirrels to bears. These attacks appear to be deliberate, but it's hard to determine one way or another, and no trace was left of Harris. People have tried to follow his trail when it was fresh, but eventually it was like a shadow at night. It just disappeared. Whatever happened to Harris is only known by Harris himself, and possibly the thing that was pursuing him. All that can be known for sure was the fact that he was struck by a very deep fear, and that he was forced to run into the woods, never to be seen again.